do you see as the primary role of a city council representative? And we'll start with Mr. Ferguson.
Well, as I mentioned a couple of questions ago, there have been a lot of city ordinances that have been passed, and I would like to try to get that slowed down a good bit. I don't think we need those. I think the city council should be looking at just taking care of the city's business. Voting on financial spending bills and budgets and zoning and whatever else comes up in there that doesn't have to do with controlling people and passing new laws. Just take care of the city's business.
Mr. Hall?
City council, by design, is charged as the legislative body of the city. It does the budgeting. It oversees financial matters, assets of the city, and so forth. More importantly, though, the city councilman in a specific district ought to be out with his finger on the pulse of businesses in the area, neighborhoods, everything else. It's what makes, specifically in the 5th, that is so tied in with the oldest neighborhoods in the city. You've absolutely got to know what's going on in your district. And you can't necessarily just be out there looking around for the next big fish, something to land, or you're going to miss something big. I relate that at our place downtown, which I've been at for 8 years, not once, and not that we're ever really looking for anything. We're not handout kind of guys, but not once in 8 years has anybody from the city ever just stopped in there just for the sake of saying, hey, how's it going? And to my knowledge, not to any of our other locations either. I don't represent that we're special or deserve special treatment, but it's just kind of the way it is.
Mr. Paddock?
Well, that's a good question, Adrian, and as I mentioned earlier, I think first and foremost is to be good fiscal stewards of our budget and to produce a lean budget that provides the services, that doesn't raise taxes, that keeps our city services going, I think first and foremost. Secondly, I think as I mentioned before, to be a fighter, you need a city council member who's going to fight for you, who's going to be available to take your phone call, to take your email, to meet with you, to come down to a neighborhood association meeting, to work through a problem, to pick up the phone and know who to call at City Hall, and to go over there if need be to get the job done. I think that's important. Constituent service for a district council member is very, very important. And I agree with one thing that my opponent, Mr. Hall, said. In fact, I will initiate a new plan. I want to not only continue to walk the district and go door to door, but I want to go into our businesses to find out what we can specifically do in city government to make life easier. Can we get out of their way? Can we offer certain incentives? Can we improve services or pave a street? A city councilman needs to be doing that. I'm sorry somebody hasn't been to your business, because I think it's important that members do that, and I will initiate that.